the next operation we do with radicals is we divide them. So again, here is the fill in the blank for you, so you can pause the video and fill in the blank of all the steps that are involved in dividing radicals. So we can divide radicals if they have the same index, and then all of the steps involved. So we'll go through step by step as we do the examples, but your job right now is to pause the video and then fill in the blanks so that we can refer to them as we go along. So pause the video and do that now. Our first problem, we've got 3 square root 20 divided by 2 square root 4. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're first going to replace these small radicals with the big one. Okay, and I kind of in parentheses made a big radical so you could see what I mean. So we're going to change this to 3 over 2. That's going to stay the same. And then as a big radical, we're going to have 20 over 4. Okay. Our next step is going to be to reduce the fraction that's inside this radical. So I can make this one big radical symbol and then reduce what's on the inside. So 20 divided by 4 is just 5 over 1. So I would be left with still the 3 over 2, but now I would have the big square root of 5 over 1. Okay. Now that I've reduced that, step 3 says to rewrite using the small radicals again. So I bring this back to 3 times the square root of 5 over 2 times the square root of 1. Okay, and then I simplify again if possible. I can't simplify 3 over 2, so I just have 3 on the top, 2 on the bottom. The square root of 1 is just 1, so I don't even have to write it. And then on the top I do still have the square root of 5. So that's how we divide radicals. Step 6 does say rationalize the denominator if possible. Now actually I haven't shown you how to rationalize a denominator, and it's actually not called for in this in these two examples. On the back side of this page there is a rationalizing the denominator process, and there will be a video that goes along with that. For my next example, I'm going to follow the same steps. I've got the square root of 15 divided by 5 square root 20, and so I'm going to write that. Right, step 1, rewrite with a big radical symbol. So inside my big radical is 15 over 20. Then I want to reduce the 15 and the 20. So 1/5 stays the same. And I've got reduce 15 over 20. 3 goes into those both. I'm sorry, 5 goes into those both. 15 divided by 5 is 3. (20) divided by 5 is 4. So it becomes 3/4. Okay. Step 3 says to rewrite using the small radicals again. So on the top I've got 1 and then the square root of 3. At the bottom I've got 5 times the square root of 4. Okay, now simplify if possible. So 1/5 can't be simplified. Square root of 3 can't be simplified. But the square root of 4 is 2. So I can simplify this as the square root of 3 over 5 and times 2, which is the square root of 3 over 10. Okay, and there's nothing to rationalize for the denominator, and if you watch the next video I'll show you how to do that if this situation should arise. And the practice problems, the last two practice problems, you're going to wait to do those after you see the video on rationalizing the denominator.